Howdy all, welcome back. We've got the old Frankenstein here part way back together, enough that I think we can make it run. Look it over here a little bit, see exactly what I did. I got the pistons and everything cleaned up and back on the rings, got them back on, went in and everything works really well now. Everything spins over good. It doesn't have a whole lot of compression. I don't know if it does run, if it's going to get better or not. There's a few things that I'd like to re-engineer a little bit, just to change the way he had some of these brackets on here. I almost need to get studs on here, these main caps instead of bolts, because you'd put a nut down on and you could put a lock nut down to keep everything tight. These, if you tried to snug them down, it locks the crank up, so they can't be real tight. I didn't put oilers on anything or grease fittings. When I had the rod bearing apart, I greased that up real good, and the main caps, and oiled the rings and the cylinder up good, just enough to see if it's going to try to fire or not. I got my buzz coil battery, got my buzz coil set up here. Pretty makeshift, just the way it is. The bracket that the guy had on here, you can see the way he had it plumbed or affixed to the engine is working. You have to have two grounds, one main ground from your battery to your case or engine, whatever, and then another ground, what they call the timer, to go to your buzz coil so it'll spark. And I didn't find anything. I found a different spring for the exhaust. It was way too heavy. He had this great big, it's really hard, way too much pressure. So I come up with another spring to put on there. I lapped the valves just good enough to see if it's gonna fire or try to fire. If I continue really working on it and to make it a really running engine, probably would need a valve job, and possibly the heads of the valves were replaceable. I could probably get somebody to make me a couple new heads, but for the valves. But I took the carburetor off the other side. I said I had that Model T carburetor. Wasn't sure what kind of critters might have been in the bowl of that, so I took it off just so nothing got sucked in. Like I said, it doesn't have a whole lot of compression. You can see the intake moving a little bit when you crank it over fast. So I don't even know if the way it is right now, if it would have enough vacuum to suck up gas from a carburetor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spark plug out and put a little gas in the cylinder itself. And I got this old blaster can here that had a squirt thing. I'm going to try, if it does fire, I'm going to try to squirt it and spray some gas into the intake where the carburetor would be, and see what it wants to do, if it wants to do anything or not. But I'm going to find out here in a little bit and get a couple of things fixed up here. Might just give it a little shot of ether too, just for added protection. I got it strapped down somewhat onto the table so it doesn't take off. It was a pretty shaky system like that. So let me see if my squirter here is not wanting to squirt as usual. Oh well, let's see what we can do here. Might just use the ether. All right, let's see what happens. All righty, wow, that's, don't know when the last time was that she ran, but definitely sounds like it wants to. Like the way that rod is made and welded together, I don't think this is even going to be something that I'm going to leave and sit, run at a show. It might just be something to display and fire it up for a few seconds and shut it down. But like I said, got a lot more to go. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and use the carburetor or try to make a I'm going to try the carburetor first and see if it doesn't have enough vacuum to pull the gas in from the carburetor. I may use a propane setup, but there you have it, the old Frankenstein alive once again. So thanks for watching. If you like it, hit that subscribe, like, and share, and stay tuned, and we'll see what other projects, or if I get this one completely finished, and go from there. Catch you all later.